Hi, boys and girls. I'm glad you're back in your Google Classroom for hand chimes. And that wasn't much of a pause. I actually had to stop the video, the last one. So now we're going to look at the music Oh Susanna. So in the same assignment where you found this Oh Susanna video, you also will find a JPEG file, which is the picture of the music. So if you're at home and you're studying this, I want you to open up the JPEG file, and then that becomes a tab. Then go back to Google Classroom and well, you've got the audio already going because you're listening to me. So get that JPEG file up, and when I ask you to say the rhythm or whatever we're going to do here, then you're going to need to see the actual music. Keep me going in the background by keeping that tab open of the video and then just letting it play in the background while you're looking at the music. So what we're looking at right now is I've got in my hand the E5, all right, and you can see that it actually shows you on the treble staff where that E5 is. And if you remember, we named the lines with this acronym: Elvis guitar broke down Friday. So this is the E for Elvis. It's a specific E. You know that from ringing chimes before that there were 4 different sizes or 3 different sizes of the bells, and this is the one that's in the middle of the staff, in the middle of the piano basically, and it's E5. We can talk about that more as we go along. But anyway, I am actually going to ask you to look at the music now, so you really need to have that tab open. Let me talk to you in the background here. So you've opened the tab, the PDF file. You see page 1 of Oh Susanna, and we'll just go through page 1 here, and then you're going to have to open the second file and open page 2. But you can see that there are notes stacked on top of each other. What's the type of note that is? What do we call that note name? It's a whole note. Okay, each of those whole notes is struck at the same time. That's why they're stacked on top of each other. This is called harmony. So when you play them at the same time like this, they all start on the same beat, and they all continue for the same amount of time until the next notes are played. So for example, I'm going to follow this E5. So if you'll touch the E5, the E on the staff, and then you'll say with me the rhythm words. So if you'll recall from recorder lessons now, for a whole note we're going to say ta, ah, ah, ah. Okay, 4 A sounds. This whole music is all whole notes, so that's going to be helpful because we're going to need to learn how to play and damp in this music, okay, by reading the music. Okay, so here we go. You're going to say ta and count it with ta, ah, 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 and then if it needs to be damped, you're going to say damp ta, ah, ah, or damp. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. We're just going to say damp, ah, ah, ah. Okay? So, follow along with me. We've got 4 E's in a row. So it's going to say this: ta, ah, ah, ah. Ta, ah, ah, ah. Ta, ah, ah, ah. Ta, ah, ah, ah. Damp, ah, ah, ah. Then play, ah, 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 or ta, ah, ah, ah. I'm on 8, so now it's a damp. Okay, I actually should have explained something before we got started here. Okay, so if you can see in the first 4 measures, you do not have to damp because the E's are playing in each measure. After the 4 beats are gone, it plays again. So you're just restriking the bell. So it will sound like this: ta, ah, ah, but 5 is damped, ah, ah. Now 6, ah, 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 and 7, ah, 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 and 8 is a damp, ah, ah, but 9 is played, ta, ah, ah. So is 10, and ta, ah, 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 and ta. We're going to stop after this because it's the end of your page 1. Okay, now, most musicians and in band and orchestra, you're probably going to start this really quickly here, especially 5th grade. When you read music, you actually read, instead of ta, ah, 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 or something like that, you actually read according to the place value. Okay, so if you'll recall, the place value, let's see, this will be your left side, starts on your left side, and beat 1 is here, beat 2 is here in the measure, beat 3 is here, and beat 4 is here. So if you can imagine a measure this long, okay? So now I hope you're looking at my picture. So I'm showing you something in the video. Alright, so here's beat 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now I want you to say on beat 1, if you're going to play this E, we're still following the E, if you're going to play it, you're going to say play 2, 3, 4. And for instance, you're going to play again 2, 3, 4. The third measure, play 2, 3, 4. The fourth measure, play 2, 3, 4. But then the fifth measure is damp 2, 3, 4. And the sixth measure is play 2, 3, 4. And I'm going very, very slowly. I'm trying to help you to see that music moves from left to right on the printed page. The beats have place values, so beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, and if you do not count, there's a real problem in hand chimes, because you will lose your place and you will expect me to find it for you, and I can't. Every single student in hand chimes is going to be playing a different bell, so I cannot tell you when to play. You've got to be responsible for your position, for your bell, and you've got to know when to play and when to damp. So I've tried to start with the easiest thing I can here. It's all whole notes. So I'm going to go back and have you look at the the picture, the JPEG. I don't know if you can open up the 2 JPEGs, but we'll go ahead and stop at the end of page 1 and we'll let you get into the second one. But I want you to follow along again on the treble staff. The E is the bottom line, and every time there isn't a note there with E, then you're going to say play 2, 3, 4. If there is no note there, you're going to say damp 2, 3, 4. So on the first beat of each measure, you're either going to say play or damp. And so that's going to take away the number 1, because you've already given it a beat with saying it. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll clear anything up in lesson if we need to. Okay, so here we go. You're looking at the JPEG file now, and you're going to say play or damp. Ready, go. Play 2, 3, 4. Play 2, 3, 4. Play 2, 3, 4. Play 2. Now we're on 5, and it's damp 2, 3. Now 6 is play 2, 3. 7 is play 2, 3. 8 is damp 2, 3. 9 is play 2, 3. 10 is play 2, 3. 11 is play 2, 3, 4. So you notice I counted off the measure numbers. I hope that you are remembering measure numbers. Measures are where the notes live, and it gives you the space for your place value. And this particular music is really nice because it numbers the measures for you. You have every single number there, 1 to 11. Okay, let's go ahead and just do the first page. I think that'll be just a little bit easier. So maybe just a little bit faster, and it'll sound like this. Okay, get your chime, pretend you are playing a chime, and you're playing the E5 chime. Ready? So I'll count off 4 beats, and then we start together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and play. 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 Now to measure 5, we damp. 2, 3, but 6 we play. 2, 3, and 7 we play. 2, 3, but 8 we damp. 2, 3, but 9 we play. 2, 3, and 10 we play. 2, 3, and 11 we play. 2, 3, 4, and that's of course your first page. So what I'd like you to do is to open up both pages, and like us to go ahead, just go ahead and open up the second page, and let's just read through the second page while we're at it. Okay, so you're looking at the second page. It's measure 12, and here we go. Ready, and play. 2, 3, 13 we damp. 2, 3, 14 we play. 2, 3, and 15 we play. 2, 3, and 16 we damp. 2, 3, and 17 play. 2, 3, but 18 damp. 2, 3, 19 stays. 2, 3, but 20 we play. 2, 3, 21 we damp. 2, 3, 22 we play. 2, 3, 23 we play. 2, 3, 24 we damp. 2, 3, 25 we play. 2, 3, 4, and damp. Okay? Now, as you've got the music open, go back to the first page, and I'm going to actually sing it while I play it. Okay? So if you might know this tune. It's an oldie. I have never taught it to you, though, but it's not hard to learn. It's interesting lyrics. We'll have to think about the lyrics. It's kind of funny. All right, here we go. So we start off with 4 beats before we actually play anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I come from Alabama with... Oops, I'm sorry, I'm going faster than singing faster than I'm playing. Let's try that again. Yeah, I want to go about that fast. So let's take our bell tempo up a little bit. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry about that little mess up there. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and play. 2, 3. I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee, and I'm going to Louisiana, my true love for to see. It rained all night the day I left, the weather it was dry. The sun so hot I froze to death. Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Damn. Okay, that'll be fun for us to work through. Look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Bye.